What is good, everybody? Welcome to Live for No Reason. ¿Cómo están? Muy bien, y tú? A little Spanish for you guys. Yeah, your boy speaks a little bit of Spanish. What's up, Golf Coach Pickers? First one in the chat. How you doing? All in one package in the house. This week we just doing a recap. What we've been doing the last few weeks. You know, time isn't free. You know what I mean? It's been busy for everybody, and we just want to see what's been going on. Uh, this is probably a podcast filled with the busiest people in the industry. You know me, I got three different jobs, so I'm busy in all three phases. My man Buff is just crazy busy. Middleman got a couple jobs. Chris might be joining us a little later. He's at a birthday party. I think he's got a grandson's birthday party he's attending tonight. So happy birthday, Chris! All love. Maybe he'll pop in a little later. But let's get started with Middleman. How you been doing? What's been going on, man?
I've been doing all right, man. Been trying to list still, receive some packages in, but I've been trying to stop. Like I said last time, I'm trying to stop by. But it's been I'm trying to get the eBay back going again because I've been neglecting it a lot. So I did a yard sale last weekend and picked up a few things I was showing Buff uh, from yard selling, and it's crazy. It's crazy what you can find out there. You know, um, like any little thing that you think is worth something, well, it's not worth something, wind up being worth something. But all in all, I just been trying to get everything listed, and just going through this journey. I hope everybody had a good week. Happy Friday. Uh, Tinga's fine. She's in the room listening. She probably be jumping on pretty soon. She's been trying to list herself.
Oh, that's good. So is the wife wifey outlisting you right
Yeah.
now? Is that what's going on? She outlisting you?
Oh, oh man, she 10 times outlisted me. That's her full time job. Oh, yeah, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
she's got more listings than I do. I think she got like 1,400 listings just on
Woo.
eBay,
Woo.
and you ain't even talking about what's on Walmart and Amazon.
Where do you
You
guys
know,
store all that stuff? You got storage bins in the garage and stuff?
I got well, we only keep our packaging in the garage, but I got a big shed, 20 by 30 or 40, something like that. Then we got four um, storage lockers between us too.
Woo.
I got
You got like
two
a
and she,
Connex in the backyard, huh?
yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
Okay.
So we got that's pretty much full. When we started growing, that was the first thing we put down, and then we started getting storage locker. Now I'm looking into probably renting a home or something like that, or looking for a warehouse. We like it's more cheaper. It's cheaper for us to get a home and store stuff in than the warehouses around here.
No,
You
it's
know,
funny. It's funny you said that about a home, right? So with all the building codes and stuff I have to abide by being a commercial restaurant, uh what I came to find out was Kentucky just passed a law where you could serve food out of your house, right? As long as it gets inspected and you're not cooking any other meals in that kitchen except that what's for your business. You can use it as a kitchen to serve food. I was like, man, I could have rented some $500 dump house and just cooked the food out of that kitchen and then served it somewhere. It wouldn't have to abide by any of these building codes.
yeah.
Like that is crazy to me how people could get away with doing that, but it is what it is. Uh tell Tanya hello from everybody, the chat included. And we'll move on to Buff. I know Buff over there just itching to get his thing out, so we're gonna let him.
I'm not.
We're gonna let him. How the last few weeks been for you, my brother?
Yeah, busy man. Just I'm getting a lot of listings done because I got help uh through my family. I got Miss Buffalo listing, my son, my grandkids. So got everybody, all hands on deck, helping me get some listings done. So I'm almost to 1,000 listings on Walmart, which that was my goal to get to this month, was hit 1,000. So I got I've been pretty much rearranging the warehouse for preparing for my blessings. I got a Super Barbie deal that I'm gonna close on next week. Probably the biggest Barbie haul that I've had since I've been reselling, and I'm looking forward to closing that deal. So right now I'm getting new racks up and doing a whole new facelift in the warehouse so I can get prepared for that, because I'm just I mean, I ain't smiling on the outside, but I'm definitely thrilled on the inside about getting to it and picking this haul up and getting it back to the warehouse. And a little backstory on it, which I will talk about once I get the video out there. The guy is an elder gentleman from I'm not going to even say where, but because I don't want somebody to try to go backdoor me. But he's basically letting his wife collection go, who passed away a couple of years ago, and he said that he just held on to it long enough and he want to pass it on. So the guy gave me a super deal. I mean, I went in with the mindset based off of what I know about Barbies to pay up, or at least try to, get into the ballpark of what he was looking for those dolls. But he gave me an unbelievable price. So yeah, that's why I say it's definitely a blessing, and I can't wait to share it with you all once I get it.
This is so this is like an older collection, like 80s, 90s, 70s, that kind of thing, or
These are from when the Barbies first came out, 1968 on up.
They
So,
got in pink labels in there.
Pink Labels,
Good.
Avon, John
Pop.
Bart Mackey.
God.
I mean, he got some of it all, man. The whole collection of the holiday Barbies, except for the last few years.
Yeah.
And am I going in and out?
I don't know. I keep hearing beeping. I don't know what that's coming from.
Yeah, I don't
Sorry,
know.
messages coming up.
Is now are those something that, like, is there a market for a 1958 Barbie on Amazon, or is that something you put on eBay?
68.
Is that something you put on eBay, a 68 Barbie, or is there Amazon market?
No.
Nah. What?
No, it's another website where you want to put those ones at. I kind of briefly talked about it in one of the Barbie videos that I did over a year ago. So, if you want to know that site, you can go back and watch the video, because I really didn't want to put that out. And I don't even think I put it out in that video, but it's a site that, you got to do your research to go find this site if you want to sell those type Barbies. I don't want to put it out there for competition.
Okay. I didn't mean to blow up your spot, man. I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question. I'm over here digging up things. Okay, hey, we'll move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to put in some work to find out about it myself. So, yeah, but yeah, man.
Well, people don't want to put in that work. You know how it is. They don't want to put in the work, man.
Yeah. I definitely can't wait to share it. On video once I get and it's gonna be the same day. If we have a show next week, it's gonna be the same day. So hopefully I can get back for the show and maybe do a couple show and tells from it.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, man. I can't wait to see this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to say what's up, Callie Lewis in the house. How you doing? New England Betty Boop. How are you? Jennifer Hayes, as always, holding it down. For me, like we was talking about pre-show in the green room, be careful what you wish for. Restaurant's been awesome, man. It's been way better than it should be. You know, there's times where we got to cut the phone off because we can't sustain that high a volume of orders. So that's how it's been. I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but when you know you are saying no to $200-300 worth of orders because you can't fulfill it, that's how business is going for us. Um, we've been trying to find people to help us to fill the void. But for people that have never worked in the restaurant industry or food service industry, it's definitely not for any. You got to be certain type of individual to sustain that kind of crazy, high pace pirate ship style. Like it's chaos, man. It's controlled chaos, is what it is. It's 100 miles an hour for hours and hours and hours without stopping. No breaks, no smoke breaks, no sitting down, no catching your breath, no drinks of water. It's just full on 100% for hours and hours. And that's not for everybody. You know, people want to do things at their own pace. They want their breaks. They want their this. They want their that. So once they step foot into the chaos, a lot of people are finding out this is probably not for me. So it's hard. It's hard finding people to help. That's why I keep reaching out to people that are former military cooks, people I've worked with that I know can handle the pressure. You know, waiting for guys to get out, waiting for guys to retire. You know, that kind of thing. I got a couple on the waiting list, so we'll see how that works out. But as far as reselling, eBay has been awesome. I've been slacking off a lot on a lot of things. You know, because you realize, you know, you got to start prioritizing things. You know, once things at the restaurant got crazy, started taking over my life way more than I wanted it to. You know, eBay took a back seat, social media takes a back seat, YouTube, everything else takes a back seat. And then I also have classes I teach at night, so those can't take a back seat because, you know, the university needs me to teach those classes. So between the restaurant and teaching, and then eBay's a third on the list, and then, you know, family time and hanging out with my son and going to movies and doing stuff like that. If you guys haven't noticed, I don't really post on social media a whole lot like I used to, just because I'm busy, man. That's all. Just busy. Trying to build a couple different hires. It's hard. And I know Buff understands that. I know Middleman definitely understands that, you know. But I'm still going to thrift shops when I can. And now it's just like I do those 20-minute jump in and jump out type moves, you know what I mean, which are good. I threw a video on Instagram the other day about me doing that. I jumped into Goodwill. I was in there about 20 minutes, found some bangers and paid, and I was gone. So that's kind of how my thrifting life has been. And it sucks because, like Middleman said, yard sale season started here in my area. The weather's been pretty good. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to get out to a yard sale because we're open on Saturday. So that's one thing I have to figure out. But that's what I've been up to. I hope everyone in the chat's been doing okay. Hope your guys' sales are good. eBay's been really good. I was able to get about 60 listings up while I was sitting there watching the NBA playoffs. I was watching the playoffs. I had some time at night to chill, watch the playoffs. So what I've been doing now, just taking pictures of everything. And then when I have a free couple hours, the game's on, I'll go sit and watch the game, and I'll just list things on my phone through all my pictures that I've took. So that's kind of been my go-to method nowadays with limited time. I was able to get about 60 up in the last few days. And I don't know if you guys can relate to this. We'll talk about this a little bit. But once you enter like your prime years of reselling, right? Like I'm going into year 4 now. How long have you been reselling, Middleman?
This is my 5th year.
And Buff, how long have you been reselling?
5th.
Yeah, so I'm going into year 4. You guys are year 5. We're kind of like in that prime. Like we've pretty much kind of figured out just by looking at stuff what you think is going to sell, just like gut instinct. Like that'll sell, that won't sell. I got to get this, I got to get that, I got to make a move on this because you kind of know, right? You're kind of seasoned now. And I'm kind of in that mode now where I know what I'm looking for. I know what price range I'm looking for. I know what products I want to grab. And it's become a lot easier now to where I'm pretty confident the things that I take off the rack are going to sell. You know, and those are that takes time to get those skills. You know what I'm saying? Like Buff ain't running out there dropping thousands of dollars on deals if he doesn't have a really good feeling that this stuff's going to move off the shelves. You just don't do that. You know, middleman's the same way. So let's talk about that a little bit. Like, how confident are you guys in like your product buying at this point in your reselling careers? What about you, middleman?
I'm pretty confident in what I do now. Don't get me wrong. I made a lot of mistakes and a lot of bad buys over the years, and I still make some bad buys because those numbers can trick you sometimes because some things sell more during a certain time of the year than it does in like during this present time of the year. So I still make some bad buys, but I try to run the numbers, and if the numbers look good, I'm gonna buy it. But if the numbers not good, you gotta learn. You guys just gotta walk away. So all in all, yeah, I think I'm pretty confident in buying and what to buy right now. But that took experience and a lot of bad buys. Like I got some dolls that I'm ready to offload onto somebody. Wait for Buff to give me that call, and it was some bad buys, but there was a name brand doll, and and they was cheap, so I bought them, and wasn't thinking about a lot of people buying them also, so I went too deep in them.
It's funny. I got this box in my garage, and it's labeled Mess Hall 1, right? It's this storage tote, and it's labeled Mess Hall 1. And these were all the early 4 years ago. Just like a bunch of different things are in this box from what I was buying when I started reselling. Right. And every now and again, I go dig through this box just to see like what was I buying 4 years ago, right? And there's so much trash junk in this box. Like, why I haven't just dumped it off at Goodwill by now, I don't know. But it's kind of like nostalgia to me, right? It's kind of a nostalgia box. Like, I want to open this thing up every now and again and say, what was I thinking back in the day? And there's so many bad buying decisions in this tote. I look at these shirts and I'm just like, what? I mean, come on, what was I thinking? Yeah. It's stuff that I'm pretty confident that'll never sell. It's never gonna sell, right? Unless I put it on eBay for $1 free shipping or something. It'll probably sell then. But
that box is like my shed. I walk in my shed. My shed is all
my early whole shed like that.
Yeah, that's where all my early buy stuff is at, in the shed. And
it's just crazy. It's crazy to show it's just a box that reminds me of the growth, right? And it takes time, man. Like, people understand it takes time, especially if you haven't really found, a particular niche to zone in on. Because I'm still to this day, there's like 5 or 6 different things that I really like selling. I haven't really just like picked a niche and just become an expert at that one. But this box is full of like 17 different things that, I really had no idea about. Like, oh, that's a cool looking vase. At the bottom of the vase, there's like a dollar store sticker on it. It's like, it's all this stuff but what about you, Buff? In your experience now, year 5, you're pretty confident when you dust off that checkbook and write those big numbers that you're making a very, strategic, well thought out process. But it took you a long time to get to that point, right?
Yeah, I think we all went through some of the same growing pains when it comes to being a beginner in the resale business, because I had quite a few bad buys as well. I was just fortunate to be able to still sell that stuff. Once I got into the warehouse, I just opened it up and just had a fire sale, and people was buying it, which either I broke even or made a small profit. One thing I learned though is that you can't get caught up in the thrill of the deal, because you're gonna go wrong every time. You thinking you winning in the moment, but then when everything, the dust settled and you back at the house and you crunching the numbers, which is the wrong place to crunch the numbers, you figure out that, man, I made a couple bad buys, or this wasn't a great deal at all. So that's why I always comp. And like Millerman said, the numbers can be deceiving at times because it's a whole lot of variables play a role in that buy at that particular time. I mean, you're just doing pretty much a snapshot of time when you actually crunches those numbers, because you don't know how many people is able to buy that same item at the same time you buying that item, i.e. a Walmart or a Target clearance deal. I think for me that when I first ventured out into liquidation, and I've spoken about this before, is that my first buy in liquidation, being supposedly a experienced buyer in reselling, my first purchase was the worst purchase I ever made and almost killed my business. But now, 5 or 6 buys since that time, I haven't made a bad buy yet. When it comes to liquidation, I still have items in the warehouses that I purchased for $4 in liquidation, that right now selling for $65-$80 on different platforms. So yeah, you just can't get caught up in the thrill of the deal, because you thinking you getting over on the person that's selling that stuff, and they smiling just as much as you smiling because they know they dumping some trash on you. So yeah, the rule of thumb is you can't go wrong if you crunch the numbers, even though you may find out later that it was a bad buy, but if you hold on to it, if you're able to hold on to it long enough, eventually, the cycle will come back around where that item will be in high demand because the market is dry.
Yeah.
I want to say, New England Betty Boop, be safe. She's getting back on the road. Florida Girl Picker, that's Tanya, isn't it? Florida Girl Picker.
Yeah, she was just telling
Thanks for hanging out. Char F, welcome. Thanks for coming out. Think I missed anybody else? Yeah, that's the big thing. The other big thing that I realized too is sometimes you gotta let some stuff go. You just gotta let it go. Even if you gotta take a small loss or you gotta redonate it. In my world, the thrifting world, sometimes you just gotta end those listings, bag it up, and drop it back off where you found it. I mean, that's just the name of the game sometimes, man. I still make, and even though like I'm in year 4 of doing this, I still make bad buys because I still let my ego take over sometimes. If that makes sense, where I'm just like, I know I can sell this kind of thing, even though there's no good comps on it. A lot of times there's a reason for that. I just put my ego and say, oh, I know I can sell this. I'm Mess Hall Diggs. I can sell this, and come to find out, nah, I couldn't even sell it. So sometimes that still happens. But as far as what's going to be going on the next few weeks, I know Buff said you're going to try to close in on this deal. Middleman, what you got going on? Like, you say you want to stop buying, right? Because you got too much stuff to list.
Yeah.
Do you have a game plan? Like, have you given yourself a goal or a deadline? Like, this will be done by this time?
Yeah, I'm working right now. Working tote at one tote at a time. That's what I'm trying to do right now. So right now,
have you tried the method I talked about, where you just take a bunch of pictures, and then when you get a couple minutes here and there, you just try to list a couple things while you're sitting around doing something else?
No, I've done that before, but if I don't, I got to stay focused. I really literally have to go in my office and shut the door.
Right.
and get started. Because if I don't, I get distracted easily. You know what I mean? And phone go to ringing, and it's always a ton of fires you got to put out when you got children. So y'all know. So I got to literally go in the room and get started. So I start as like I got a pile of tote up full of product, and then I just sit there and see which ones what sells where and how much on each platform. Because I'm dealing with 3 platforms. I got to try to put stuff on,
Right.
you know, and everything that got damaged goes on eBay. You know what I mean? And some go on Amazon too, but most of the damaged stuff goes on eBay. So
Right.
you
So
know,
you talk about like if there's a dent in the box or something of a new toy, right? Something like that.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm trying to get all this. Like I said earlier, I got a shed full of eBay stuff. You know what I mean? Because I started buying a lot of yard sales. Because you know down here in Florida, yard sales are year round.
Right. Yeah.
I went to Lowe's one day and they had these well filters, and they had like a ton of them. I want to say about 25 or 30 of them, and they were selling them for. I mean, they was about $14-15. I think $15, but they were selling them for 60. So to me, that was no brainer.
Right.
You know, so I bought them all.
Right.
Well, you
And
know,
they still sitting there.
and I sold maybe 2 of them things.
Oh man.
Well, 2 of them things, and one person got me because he lives in Puerto Rico. And
Oh yeah. That's how they get you, man.
can
It's
you
like I
do
always say, I don't offer free shipping, but when I do, someone in California buys it, man. That's just
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
he hit me up and say, "Oh, would you ship it USPS?" I said, "Sure." Oh, yeah. Would you ship it? I said, "Yeah, sure." You offering free shipping? Yeah, it's free shipping. Man, the shipping was like $35.
Yep.
I
That's
said,
how they
"Oh," I said,
Yeah.
"Never again." I learned a valuable lesson on that one. I said, "Nah, that ain't gonna never happen again." But he gave me a great doggone review.
Oh, hey, that's worth something, you know.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, I'm just gonna get at it this weekend. It's gonna be straight just listen, just put my head down and get at it because I'm gonna be off Monday too, so it's gonna be 3 days of listening. Just
All right, now if you need an accountability partner, just let me know, man. I'll hit you up on Saturday and be like, "Hey, you listening there, guy? Are you listening right now? I can do it, man.
Hey,
I'll
you
be your
can,
accountability
man.
partner."
I'm gonna try to get up early and get at it. I wanna go back and get all the stuff that's older and start putting it on because as I've been noticing, like Buff say, you'll go back and you'll scan something that you bought a year ago or something like that, and it worth a lot of money, or worth more money.
Yep.
I got a shed full of that stuff, so I'm gonna go in the shed and pull here out of here, this and that, and do like you said. I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of stuff because I had a lot of, at one point I had a lot of golf for some odd reason. I got up in that craze of them golf clubs and all that. So I had about 7 golf bags full of golf clubs.
Mhm.
You know, and I had golf clubs on the floor and all like that. I said, you know what? Well, I'm not gonna sell all these darn golf clubs. So I packed them up and got rid of them. I kept some, you know, the more high value ones, but I
Right.
also got rid of a lot. I just said, man, dang it, somebody else will deal with it. So
Well, shoot, in Florida, man, golf clubs probably pretty abundant, huh?
every yard
Yeah.
sale,
Yeah.
everywhere. I'm talking about name brands, everything. I picked up a Nike set about 2 weeks ago. I just said, you know, he had it for, I think he had it for $30, and he was like, he just wanted to get rid of them. He had everything in there, and you know, the Nike sets is run you anyway from 100 to 200 and $250. You know what I mean? And when I saw the set, I said, "Man, you want $30 for it?" He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna throw in this. I'm gonna throw in the covers. I'm gonna throw in." He would just give me all kind of stuff with it, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll take it all."
Yeah, the thing about Nike golf clubs too is they don't make them anymore. So
Yeah.
they'll always retain some sort of value just because you can't get them anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna be doing is listing. I got some Nikes, man, that I think I only seen 2 pairs of them on eBay. I'm gonna have to show them to you. I got them at a yard sale, and they've been sitting in the storage, just sitting there. And I know they're at least $100. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's I'm telling you, that's most people's story. You know, I could turn to my left right now. I'm looking at $500 worth of stuff. Just looking at it, like I know 100% confident that the things I'm looking at will sell for $500 on eBay soon. Like I won't even have to wait. It's probably be in a couple weeks. All that will be gone. $500 in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I'm still just staring at it. It's the craziest thing how that works.
And just like you said, with the things you like to sell, I like shoes, I like toys, I like homeware or home goods. You know what I mean? Those like categories I love. You know what I mean? I hate clothing, so you don't see me.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Like I posted these on my Instagram. So these are Jordan 4 white cements, right? Used condition. I got some brand new laces for them that are authentic Jordan laces. I can put on these, right? I could clean them up. Take me probably 6 minutes to clean them. These would sell for $180 tonight. I could post them right now before the show is over. They would sell for $180, guaranteed. And I'm just holding them in my hand. I ain't even took one picture of them yet. So I got it, man. So I want to say what's up, Jeff Doris. How you doing? Thanks for coming out. Always a supporter, longtime supporter of mine. I know that. Great dude. Thanks for hanging out with us. So Buff, I know you say you're buying some shelves. You're making some room for some more stuff coming in. You got a good spot to buy some shelves. You got a good deal on some shelves.
No, I just get them from one of the big box stores like Sam's or Costco. Either one of those that have the best price. Now, I can tell you
the good ones, though, those good metal steel ones, right?
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I get, and they are. It fluctuate between Costco and Sam's on price, so you just have to do a comparison. Right. And everything I have in there except for the original shelves are on wheels, so I can move everything around. Even my tables, I can move those things around on wheels as well. And Middleman was speaking about the 3 platforms that he gonna be listing on. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the switch on that program I was telling you about, Sellbrite.
Yeah.
I'm going to the onboarding on Wednesday. I think it's at 4:00, and I'm gonna finally go ahead and pull the switch on that, man, because with the amount of inventory I have, it'll be easier, and I think it'll take me to the next level as well. So now that I'm not using Inventory Lab anymore, and I can take that money and switch it over to Sellbrite, which is about the same cost a month, and just have one location to list and store all my FBM merchant fulfilled products, man.
Sellbrite. I don't even know what Sellbrite is.
It's a multi-channel cross listing program software that it'll pull down once you sell out, it'll pull that item off the rest of the platforms.
Okay, so it's just a cross listing platform is what it is.
Yeah, it's cross list. It'll
list perfectly and all them other ones.
It's a little bit more on steroids than List Perfectly.
Okay, I got you.
This one here, it'll pull all your items from the different platforms to put them in one location, and basically what it does is if you have one item and you list it on 3 different platforms, once it sells on that particular platform, it'll pull it down from the other 2 platforms, which I think they're the only one that do that right now. And also you can ship from that same platform. You don't have to go outside of that platform to ship your items. Like what I'm doing right now is I get a sale on Walmart, I have to go to Pirate Ship to ship that item, and Pirate Ship doesn't have anything in their program to basically show you that you have sold this item before. Here's the dimensions, unless you go in and find an old item that you sold and then look up the dimensions, which is just tedious. So it's going to be better. I'll talk about it more when I get a grasp on it. I may even do a video on it, but yeah, I'm going to make the move on that.
Speaking of steroids, man, like Jeff said, you've been going to the gym. Been on the gym,
Yeah,
I see you, bro.
Yeah.
I see your little posts. I see your little posts, man. So what's
Hey,
what's
man.
it? What's up, man?
Hey, I got to get back to it, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, health is wealth, man.
Yeah, it is. That is a fact. You know, hey, come work in the kitchen with me for a couple weeks, man. You'll slim right down. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Every time I post a picture on Instagram, someone's like, "Damn, that's how you slimming down." It's that sweating in the kitchen, man. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right, so I know, Buff, you talked about before, like Q4 is really where you make your bread and butter. Q4 is your bread and butter. So are you? What's like your maintainers for the other 3 quarters? Q1, Q2. We just got through Q1. You know,
So-
you're looking for a certain return from the other quarters. You just building up inventory, getting ready for Q4 all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly selling, but you know, I definitely try to focus in. So basically, what I do is if I find a good item and I know that it sold well at Q4 of last year, then what I try to do is put it on the platform for sale, but put it at the max, so that when everybody else sell out as we go up into the quarters, the end of the quarters, then I'll probably be one of the last man standing with that product. So that's what I try to do, because a lot of times a hot selling item is not going to make it through the summer. You may have some leftover after Christmas because everything didn't get put on the shelves. But then by the summer, with the birthday parties and other type of celebrations, that item pretty much going to be gone. And then you got some early Christmas shoppers that will start buying in July as well, to think that, you know, either they're going to beat the traffic or they're going to get a better deal on the product. So what I try to do is still make sales, but certain items I try to max it out so that it'll last until Q4 and I can get the top dollar for it. Right now, I can say Walmart is outselling Amazon for me right now.
But see, everything you just said is spoken like we talked about earlier, spoken like a seasoned reseller, right? Because like I said, a lot of the posts I see, when I'm scrolling, I got time to scroll through. You know, people always freak out around summertime, man, because they call it the summer slowdown. Summer slowdown. People start freaking out. They want to pull the plug on their reselling journey and all this other stuff, but you got to be kind of methodical in everything you do. If you know there's going to be a summer slowdown for your particular product or your particular brand or whatever you do, if you know that's coming, then you got to prepare for these times, man. You got to prepare for it. Just like Buff said, he prepares for his bread and butter at all times. So if you know the months of July and August are going to be slow for you, prepare for that stuff. Try to do the bulk of your selling before those 2 months hit.
Right.
If there's any questions in the chat for these 2 mastermind resellers on the panel with me, let me know. I appreciate everybody that's out there following us. Like the video, subscribe if you want to, throw a comment in there. We're all about the community. We always have been. That's the only reason I come on here with my crew and try to do a show on Friday nights. It's just for the community, for the bonding, for the networking, for the knowledge. That's the only reason we do it. Lord knows I'm not getting paid for any of this stuff. No one's getting paid. We just do it for the love of the hustle, love of the game, the love of the community. Marie, what's up? Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you. Like I said, I'm trying my best to get ready for this next push, because we've been talking about starting to open for dinner. Come July, we're gonna get our alcohol license, so that's gonna open up a whole huge new profit margin when you got alcohol sales thrown in there. I mean, I got 3,000 ideas in my head. I got 200 more written down somewhere, and we're just not ready yet. You know, we're slow build. We're trying to go slow, crawl before you walk. But the community's not letting us go that slow. You know, they're in full force. I mean, when I open the doors, there's 5 cars in the parking lot waiting. So it's the community loves us, which is a blessing, man. Everything is a blessing. I'll never take it for granted for sure. If you're not following me on Facebook, Camo Caravan on Facebook, you can see that's what I post on the most for the restaurant is on our Facebook page. I don't do too much on Instagram, but go to the Camo Caravan Facebook page. You can follow everything that we're doing over there, all our specials, the new products we're putting out. So what's up with Whatnot, Buff? You having a show coming up anytime soon? I've been on Whatnot a lot, man. That's like my late night when it's midnight and I'm like 20 minutes from falling asleep. I'll jump on Whatnot, see if I can find me a steal here and there. But you doing another show soon?
No, not at the moment, man. I gotta before I do another Whatnot show, I need to do a huge inventory of my warehouse because I do have items that I can put on Whatnot and maybe break even with it, but right now I'm not in the position to do that because I got items in the warehouse right now that are blind to me, and I just need to go in there and go through all the containers. You know how you military do inventory, quarterly the inventory. I need to get an inventory going so that I can make sure some of the items in there that I can pull out and sell on Whatnot because it's been sitting there, and then the items that Amazon dropped because of whatever variables or reasons, and then from there, once I do assessment, I will determine whether or not I'm going to come back and do a Whatnot. But right now, the answer is no. Now, if I end up buying another liquidation pallet, then yeah, I definitely will come in and do a Whatnot show because the margins would be extremely great for me. Most of the time, like I said, when I buy those type pallets, the most I pay per item is about $4.50. So, margins like that, I can come in and take a Marvel action figure and put it up there for $7, and hoping that people will drive the price up to at least $15 and still, make a decent little margin.
Right. Yeah. And then you just try to sell like 100 of them in an hour. That's what you got.
Yeah, exactly.
make them big bucks.
Exactly.
Like I see a guy who does mostly sneakers, but man, he's so fast. I mean, he does 10-second sudden death auctions and all this crazy stuff, and he's selling $60,000 worth of shoes in the first hour. It's crazy.
Well, some of them guys' margin ain't high on there.
Yeah, the margin is not high, but when you're selling 100 pairs, even if you're only making $20 off each pair, I mean, you're selling 100 pairs an hour, you're still making pretty good return. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know some of those torch sellers, they you know what they're getting some of those items for, and they're pretty much buying a lot of them from like $8, $9, $10, some $15 items, and they sell them for like $25 or $20. You know what I mean? With the Whatnot fees and everything, you would think that they're not really making too much,
right?
Especially if they don't sell as much.
See, I think the problem I see a lot of those guys is that they're talking way too much to the chat and explaining way too much.
Yeah.
Just like show the item, put it for sale, move on to the next item, and just keep it flowing. You know what I mean? If no one wants it, next item. But I seen the guy like he's in a 10-minute back and forth conversation with the chat. I'm like, you ain't even put up the next item yet. Like, you ain't gonna make no money tonight.
Man, one guy was on there had me about to pull my hair up my head, man. I was trying to buy some items from him, and he was just talking, and and I'm like, man, I want those items. Could you, show me the condition? He's just talking to the point. I was like, man, dang it. Went to the next room.
Yeah, it's like they think it's social hour. Like, man, let's
Yeah.
go.
Then you
I
want to
see
sell
something
item,
queued up that I'm waiting on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
sell
Yeah,
what you
or
don't
you
want to
or
sell.
you go in looking for an auction and they in there asking you like, look around the room, tell me what you want. Like,
Yeah.
man, I ain't come here
Yeah.
for that, man.
Yeah, man. Just
And
throw the
they
items
don't
up and
have
keep
it
it
at the
moving.
bio.
That's it.
They don't even put it inside
Anytime
the
picker,
auction.
what's up? What's good? Thanks for coming out.
You know, I hate the rooms that they don't have anything and they buy it now or in the auction. Because
Right.
you know, you can look in the inventory on the wall, and you looking at it like, okay, you far away from it. I can't tell what it is, and
Right.
move and look closer so I can see what it is, and then tell them. And then you got to ask them how much everything is.
Right.
That's too much work for them. It should be. I wouldn't want to do that. You know what I mean? I'd rather do, if I ever do a whatnot auction, I want everything in the buy it now or in the auction. You're gonna get people come in and don't want to look in it. But shoot, you could easily just like check out the buy it now. Check out the auction.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I think they should be doing. But a lot of guys don't do that. They spend too much time talking, too much time wasting than actually selling. But those guys you get some good deals from too.
Yeah, you just got to hang around though,
Yeah.
Wait for everybody to start, fizzing out.
Yeah. I like the guys who got like 4 or 5 people, 10 people tops. And then you start shooting deals at them. Bundle deals.
I'm gonna show y'all something I got for $20. We do a show and tell.
Yeah, we got, like I said, we about 10 minutes from closing this thing out. So if you want to do a show and tell, bud, we can do that now.
Anybody got any questions also?
I'm looking. I don't see no questions. Christopher Nutter's in the house. What's up? Thanks for coming out. Yeah, I kind of just did my show and tell. I showed y'all my J's, my Jordan 4s, dude. $12.99 at Goodwill. Low end, $180 resale. Low end. I seen a pair go for $250, but I mean they're in pretty good condition. I just got to clean them up a little bit. But beware, man. If you're not a shoe head, sneaker head like I am, like I'm a sneaker head, be careful. There's a lot of fake Jordans for sure out there in the thrift stores. But if you know your stuff, and like I said, I think I was in this Goodwill maybe 17 minutes. I think it was when I timed myself because I didn't have much time. I was running from one place to the next. I ran in there, had $20 cash in my pocket. I said, let me see if I can find something real quick. And lo and behold, these were on the shelf. And I was like, well, I just got extremely lucky. I mean, yeah, of course I got lucky. You don't always get that lucky, but I found a pair of Kobe's too yesterday. So you never know what's going to be in there. You got to run in, check it out.
Yeah. Can't see it if you don't go there and look.
You never know what's in there. You can't drive by. It's unethical to pass by a Goodwill and not stop in. It's unethical. Just so you know. Yeah, so Anytime Picker says use the Check app. It's not free. You got to pay to get credits on Check. But once you get well versed, and there's videos and blog, there's so much info out there. You could become your own little expert on what to look for.
eBay,
are you ready, Bub? You want to give us the show and tell? You ready?
Yeah, man. Yeah. We got
well, I gotta blow you up so I can check out the background.
You ain't gotta blow me up,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
So this is a comic number 6. The Joker, a man who stopped laughing.
Wow.
And this was I got this for $20 plus $9 ship. It's a 9.8. Yep.
Wow.
So I got a nice little hookup with these comics. So I'm gonna get around to doing a video, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But
now,
yeah,
my question always was, I know it costs money to send those things in to get them graded, right?
Yeah.
And I have a lot of graded basketball cards that I've purchased over the years. And
You
I mean,
take
some of
it
these.
down, man. That's it, brother.
Now I'm still checking out these transformers. What's this transformer thing? What's this transformer thing you got back there?
Nah, it ain't nothing, man. It's just a box, man.
Oh, okay. But I know it costs money, right, to send these things in and get them graded. I don't even know what the price is. What sometimes it could be like $30, right, to get something graded.
Yeah, exactly what it is.
So, and I know a lot of these basketball cards I bought. I do a lot of auctions on basketball cards that are graded 10 or higher, or 10 or whatever. But some of these I picked up for $18, $15. I'm like, well, I know it costs you more than that just to send it in to get it graded. So, I mean, what's the hustle on that? They're just trying to get rid of the stuff, kind of like we've been talking about, like get rid of these comic books, or they're mad it wasn't graded 10, so they're getting rid of it.
This actually, where I get my comic books from is actually a dealer. So they are not paying the same price that you and I would pay to send them in to CGC to get them graded. They getting a super discount because they are sending in so many, and it bringing the price down. Like for you or I, we're going to send in maybe 5, 10, 15 maybe, and that's not going to get you a discount. But for those folks, they sending in 100, 200, so they getting discounted down. Plus, once you establish yourself with CGC, you become like a business partner, so you even get a deeper discount. So the person that I'm dealing with, that's all they do is sell comics. And I just every now and then I just catch them on a good day.
That's good, man. That's
so
good.
But yeah, I try to get the bronze, maybe silver if she have it. But most of the ones I got right now from that location is modern. So but yeah, this is definitely an investment. I mean, if you can get the later edition, if you can get back into the silver, golden, you can make good money on those. But you just got to do your research. In anything, you just got to do your research. But the Joker for $20, when this guy has a cult following, I buy that all day. Somebody
and they're filming the new movie still right now, right? The new Joker movie's getting
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if I want to sell that for $100 right now, I probably could.
Right. Oh, they're talking with each other. Okay. What do you got? You got any show and tell, middleman?
No, not tonight.
Oh yeah, because you're not buying anymore. That's why. Because you ain't buying anymore.
I'm on the freeze.
I got 2 other items I could show.
Okay. I won't blow you up this time, so you don't get all mad at me.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I got the Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan, the 2-pack.
I've seen those.
Yeah. I got this dude right here. Middleman probably got it already. Sitting in one of those storage unit. Gold Dust.
Gold Dust, man.
Hey, I would have never thought about this guy until I talked to Middleman, because I had even forgot about this guy, because I'm not a big wrestler fan, but I do remember when at that time when he was wrestling. So so when I seen this one out there, I had to pick it up.
Yeah, that's Cody Rhodes' brother.
Yep, Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, okay.
Cody Rhodes is getting a major push right now in WWE, but that's his brother.
Yeah, so
Cody Rhodes was Stardust, I think. He was Stardust for a little while. Cody Rhodes was.
Yep. So that's all I had.
I miss. Their daddy was. I was a big fan of their daddy, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, American Dream.
American Dream.
That's all you got, Bo?
That's it. I got
a big old warehouse, $40,000 worth of stuff. You got 2 things to show me.
Yeah, man. You've
Okay.
seen it all, bro.
I've been
Okay,
picking
I
up a
know.
lot of wrestling lately myself, man. And just even though I'm not buying anymore.
You're not buying anymore. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Any last words go around the room? Words of wisdom, plugs, whatever. Middleman, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I want to say thank everybody for coming out. Appreciate the support. Continue looking for those deals. Stay grounded. Stay safe out there. I know some people are traveling. Like New England Betty Boop. Everybody, just take care of yourself. And we'll see you next weekend. Have a good weekend, and God bless.
Middleman. Yeah, so thank everybody for coming out. Appreciate you all continuing to support Live for No Reason with Mess All Digs. And as I spoke earlier about my Barbie deal, just keep in mind that, whatever you ask for from, Almighty, always try to get ready for it. Prep yourself to get ready, because a lot of times you can start your blessing because you ain't ready, and so don't be mad because it taking you a year or two to get to where you want. You got to look within yourself to see if you're ready for that next move, and that's why you probably haven't received it. So always get ready. When I said I was preparing the warehouse for this blessing that I'm going to get next week, I know that there was a couple things that kind of held this move off. So I had to get myself together to get things in order so that I can, once I pick up this order, I definitely be having a place. I got that order last week. I wouldn't have nowhere to put it right now. It was just been sitting in boxes. So now I'm getting myself in the position where once this stuff come in, I'll be taking it from the box, putting it to the shelf. And that's what I mean by putting yourself in a position to get ready for your blessing.
All right, hey, I ain't got nothing that can top that. So y'all be safe, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us on Live for No Reason.